All right, Canada's first and only WNBA franchise wants fans to have their say about the team and what we will name the team.
So Toronto's WNBA team is inviting fans to share their everything from name ideas to sounds and pictures. It's the first step of what they are calling a multi-phase process. So starting today, fans can go to nameyourteam.ca to help the WNBA team choose its brand, et cetera, et cetera. So let's talk more about this. Teresa Resch, president of WNBA Toronto, is here. Teresa, my first question, can you surf?
What do you think of our coverage?
I have been inspired by the Olympics. I mean, I tried surfing one time. I grew up in Minnesota in the prairies, so there was no surfing done. I tried one time. I agree, it's very difficult, but there's a lot happening right there. It's like right in front of me, so.
Maybe the Waves might be the team name to go for after this.
Well, I like the guy searching for treasure. I was thinking Toronto Treasures, like that could maybe be an idea. So
there's a lot of great ideas already. This morning we've been asking some of our viewers to come forward. So many great ideas. Talk about why this decision was made to put this out to the public and see what people think how we should name this team.
Yeah, I mean it's nameyourteam.ca, but it's about way more than a name. Like we're really looking forward to hearing from all of Canada. What inspires them? Not everybody might have a name, or they might not have a logo that they've drawn, but they definitely have something that inspires them, or something that they want this team to stand for, so they can really have pride in it. So that's what we want to hear. And we hope to get a lot of people and a lot of their ideas, come up with some different themes that will help guide the process. More than anything, we want this to be the most transparent name, logo, brand identity campaign that a sports team has ever done. Submit your favorite name, but then stay along for the ride.
Yeah.
It must be a wild ride, and it was only May 23rd that we heard from you as the team and the franchise was being announced. What's been happening in the last couple of months? It must be intense.
Well, a lot was, I mean, the first priority was our name. Like, I'm the president of a to-be-named team. Like, we need to have an identity. So we've put a lot of thought and effort into how we can include all of Canada in this campaign and this process. So you'll see that in the next couple months. And we're really in startup mode. Like, we are building a new business. So bringing the business to life, expanding the staff, hiring people. The first question I always get is, do you have players yet? First it's, do you have a name? And then it's, do you have any players?
Right. Yeah.
So we haven't focused on the basketball yet. We're gonna wait for the season here to end. So it's on the Olympic break. We're starting back up after the end of season in October. We're really focused on building up the basketball side, hiring a GM. So a lot of work to do. But we're really excited to start this campaign because we can't wait for all of Canada to be involved.
And you sense the excitement from the fans, and I'm wondering, you even mentioned it's only been a few months since you were named the president of this new team. It's historic. How are you settling into the role so far?
I mean, it's great because of that. So many people are excited about this. I've never been a person in the public eye, but people have come up to me and like, we're so excited for what you're doing. So many Canadians specifically have come up to me, specifically women, have said, I never thought this day would happen. So it's really, really great to be part of that.
Yeah.
The excitement is palpable, like everywhere you go. And what's also great is that W has been having an unbelievable year. The excitement, the level of play, the impact of some of this rookie class. I was at the All-Star game in Phoenix a couple weeks ago. One of the best games of basketball I've ever seen. A lot of times you think about the All-Star game and it's like a lower level. It was Team USA versus the WNBA All-Stars, and let's just say there was a lot of pride on the line in that game. Some of the best basketball I've ever seen played.
And Teresa, we're in an era right now of Caitlin Clark, and so you've got Caitlin Clark attracting some incredible excitement to the WNBA. You're coming into an existing league rather than, I'm thinking, the PW12, which is like starting sort of fresh from nothing almost. How much maybe easier is not the right word, but different does that make the task of joining an existing league versus, starting from nothing almost?
I mean, we're talking about sports. It's never easy.
Right.
These are the best in the world, and we're excited to just be part of it. I shouldn't say that. We're excited to be part of it. We're excited that they're welcoming us, but we also plan to compete with them.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's the 28th season this year of the WNBA. A lot of history. A lot of icons have played the game, but there's a lot more that are just starting to play the game. And what I'm excited is Canada has the potential to have some of these new generational talents and icons.
Oh, yeah.
Aaliyah Edwards was the 6th pick by the Washington Mystics this past year. Great product of Canada, and there's a lot of talent in the pipeline. So there's a lot of rules around who can be on our team, but I definitely think that the talent in Canada, there'll be somebody on the roster of this to-be-named WNBA Toronto team eventually.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really great to see what kind of ideas people have. Is it all right if we share some of our viewer responses with you?
Oh my God, it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, okay. We've been asking all morning. We've had a couple of really great ones. So again, we'll share with our viewers if you've got some ideas. Share it. So we have Leslie writing into us, Toronto Pioneers. This is the first women's team, I believe, will be pioneers leading and inspiring many young women. That's a nice idea.
I love that.
Yeah,
and the thing is with this is like, this is a creative journey. So Pioneers might not be the final name, but what it does is it leads us down a path of it's really important that we talk about it being the first, and we talk about how it's including women or young women. So all the ideas are amazing. But I'm going to have to say, though, did they submit these to nameyourteam.ca?
Oh, I don't know.
They
They're
sent
submitting
them
it to us.
But that's a good point.
Okay,
Yeah,
so make sure, from what was her name,
Cynthia?
Great, Cynthia, but make sure you put it on nameyourteam.ca so we can make sure it's part of what we're talking
We'll
about.
encourage Jason to do that as well. Jason says, well, I don't have a specific name in mind, perhaps something tree-related, tall and strong. And Toronto, of course, is a city within a park, so many trees. So, again, part of the branding conversation, I suppose, there.
Yeah, I like it. I like the alliteration.
Yes,
Toronto trees, like
Yeah.
that rolls off the tongue.
I really like that too. What does Cynthia write into us? Okay, Cynthia says the Toronto Queens. They are the first of their kind here in Toronto. They are making history. They will leave their legacy. They are leaders and will be looked up to by females all over. And it goes with us having Queen Street. It does.
Oh, I love that.
Which is where we are right now, Queen Street West. Robert sending in this submission, one that a lot of people have suggested. This is coming in a lot. The Toronto Towers, according to our control room, they're checking the inbox. A lot of votes or sort of suggestions of the Toronto Towers.
Do you like that one too?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I love the alliteration, the Toronto Towers thing. So, I mean, this is great. Like, I think this is exactly what we want. We want people to submit things that move them, the inspiration, and there's a bunch of legal stuff that has to go on. But I think more than anything, the more people that share their ideas and what they're thinking and what inspires them, ultimately we're going to end up with a great name. But more than that, we're going to end up with an entire brand identity that people can be really, really proud of. So, like I said, submit your names. Like, I'm not sure where those came from, but nameyourteam.ca. There's also a phone number, so 833-662-3664, and you can text to that as well. Some people it's easier to text than go on the web. And we look forward to hearing from everybody. And the biggest thing is submit your ideas, but then stay along with us for the ride. We're going to have a blog. We want this to be the most transparent naming brand identity process that I think any sports team has ever
It's kind
undergone.
of revolutionary, isn't it?
Fun to
Listen, stay along for this ride because Teresa, it's been great talking to you this morning. I love the earrings, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I
You
wish we had
noticed.
time to get into those with the WNBA, icon,
woman,
logo woman, sort of basketball-shaped earrings as well. So, Teresa, good luck with all this. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in.